Greetings and welcome to another unboxing on In the Geek Room. Today we are unboxing this lovely little thing. Super Nintendo Classic Mini, purchased from Smith's Toy Shop in Milton Keynes, which was originally priced at $79.99 and we were able to get it for $69.99. So just show you all. Yes, yeah. Now I had one of these when I was, I'd say a child. I was in my late teens when it came out. Which I found out when I was googling it the other day, 1992. So I did have one of these. So this is a lot smaller than the box that I actually remember. So it's going to be interesting to see what it is and what it's like. I mean, I had a few games during I was doing my A levels at the time, so okay, get an idea of how old I actually am. It's easy to find if you actually look, but so I actually did have one of these. I kind of messed up my levels due to playing this a lot. Heavily addictive, the original ones were. So but here goes, classic Mini Super Nintendo. I was always Nintendo over the Mega Drive, although I've got to admit I do have one of the new little ones. Well, not exactly little. It's just great, because I'm not a modern day gamer, so I do like the old retro stuff, the stuff that I grew up with. I mean, they are heavily addictive, but not to the point where you don't have a life. Let's put this here so you can actually see it while we're actually looking at the stuff. Okay. It actually comes with a instruction manual, so let's have a look at the instruction manual first, because, we've got to see what it comes with, the operation manuals. I remember the old, the old games cartridges came with like big instruction manuals, bigger than this, so it's actually, seemingly just a setup guide. Yeah, how to set it up. That's it, which we'll see. So, and in different languages, good thing. Especially as we're in England, part of Europe. Okay, no Brexit jokes. Okay, first off, the controllers. Nicely packaged in the, with a lot of it with plastic, which obviously unrecyclable. Save the environment. So these are actually the same sort of really do feel exactly how they were when on the original ones. I have my original somewhere. Don't know where, but I do still have my original on my games. Which, considering this has only 20 plus one game, so 21 games, is, it would be nice if the, a little more like the Sega Mega Drive, but these ones, other than the Mega Drive, actually are all classics or unreleased, but they're all ones I actually know the name of, whereas a lot of the ones, things like 80 or so on the Mega Drive, a lot of these ones I didn't actually or don't know the names of. So, but then again, it has Mortal Kombat and Sonic the Hedgehog on them. They do, so that's a pro for the Mega Drive. That it's worth getting for the Mortal Kombat and Sonic the Hedgehog. Streets of Rage would have been nice on it, though. I'll be honest with you. But yeah, that's the controller. The controller is, show the controller. It's the camera. Controller is actually classic Super Nintendo, so there's no variants on that one. Let's put that here. The Super Nintendo itself, and some more non-recyclable packaging. Wow, tiny. It is actually tiny. If you look at it, it is tiny. The bit where the cartridge should go is just actually, it's a bit of plastic, but there's just superficial. There's nothing, no use to it whatsoever. Neither is neither is the eject button or the power's the same, on and off, and the reset button. Let's have a look at the control ports. I should really start by actually showing you the controller port on here. Controls, not like the traditional Super Nintendo one, is actually, because again, no use whatsoever. But if you lift the bottom, it got to where you just attach this thing. So it's, that's different. It's lightweight. It is. You got 20 plus one games. So 21. Why don't it just say 21 games rather than 20 plus one games in here? So it is light. I mean, it's tiny. It's cute though. Very cute the way it is in my hands. I will admit that. So yeah, HDMI port to hook it up to, and a DCI-M. So it's a small charge thing. So we have got in here, point out there is a second controller. So we've got two controllers, just like what came with the Mega Drive. So that's good. So we've got the DCMI cable in here. Oh, sorry, not DCMI. This is actually where is it? No, that's the that's the HDMI. It's not DCMI. HDMI. This is the HDMI cable that comes with it. So that'll hook straight to the back of the TV. And you've got one of your standard micro USB port things, so you can add it to. No charger with it, but come on, anyone that's got one of these smartphones like things like that's obviously got one of these. Here's one I'm just lying around which I charge my phones with and my tablet. So not much of a complaint about that because my God, everybody these days has these things, so they really did not need to add it in. So it's, so that's it. You know, I will do another video when I start playing the games, but which reminds me of the games. That's the whole most important thing. Now I bought this thing, or this lovely little thing. I should say when I say why I mean we, me and my fiance. I wanted it. My big selling point is Street Fighter 2, and on here we actually have the Turbo Edition. You've also got Super Mario World. Yeah, I played that till I was sick of it when it first came out. Because, you know, you get your first games. I mean, I was doing a hell of some money. I had a Saturday job, so that's where a lot of my money went through during that period of time. Yay! Yeah, and Super Mario Kart, the classic one. I mean, we have a Nintendo Wii. Well, my fiance has a Nintendo Wii, so we use that essentially for Netflix and Super Mario Kart. The game's always in the player. It's the one game we play all the time. You know, I mean, it's got Super Metroid, Final Fantasy 3, Star Fox, Super Mario RPG. I never played that one. Donkey Kong Country, Castlevania 4, F-Zero, Punch Out, Contra 3, Earthbound. Star Fox 2 is the +1, the extra game never been released. It can be unlocked by completing the first stage of Star Fox. You have to basically play Star Fox before you unlock it. Abby, Kirby, Yoshi's Island, Kirby's Dream Course, Mega Man 10. But come on, the reviews are already been a bit like I said with Street Fighter, Super Mario, and you know, Super Mario Kart. So it's going to be good. My fiance will play more of the other games, but me, Street Fighter all the way. Hopefully soon I'll do the little play through the game, so you'll see it like that. But here it is. That's my unboxing of this little baby, the Super Nintendo Classic Mini. Again, my only complaint is, you know, there are a load more games that they could literally put on here. I'd love to see the Super Star Wars game. Just saying it. Super Star Wars games, you're going to do another one, do an add-on or something that you can actually hook this up to the internet or to something, or a USB stick or something that you can actually do something with. There's loads of games like that which would be perfect for this sort of console. You know, I mean, like I said, Super Star Wars, Super Empire Strikes Back, Super Return of the Jedi. I would pay for those alone, just even if it's just an add-on. But this would be great to actually have those and the film-related games, because, you know, I love my film tie-ins, especially on this thing. I mean, Lethal Weapon was a name only, but I have that game. You know, I've got Aliens I did. So if I can find those someday, you'll probably see me doing walkthroughs or sort of walkthroughs. Because like I said, I'm not a gamer, and anybody who knows me knows I am not really a gamer other than this, and of course the Mega Drive, sort of things like that. You know, ice hockey, an NHL game would be nice for this. You know, just the simple ones, the classic ones, when it all became too complicated and online, just the stuff that this sort of thing and the predecessors, you know, before, you know, it became sort of like 24 hours a day gamers and all the stuff that goes with it. Like, not a gamer, not a gamer. If you're a gamer, great, you know, maybe some of my friends will do some stuff for this channel. There are gamers, but for me, it's a classic old school approach, and that's the selling point for us oldies, is this thing. It's going to be good, and I'm looking forward to playing it. So, unboxing the Super Nintendo Classic. May do another. See you all soon. Keep watching, subscribe.